Hello, ladies, gentlemen, mostly gentlemen from the people that have joined so far. But ladies are also welcome. And any other pronouns that you like to use are also welcome here. So we've had Ellstacker adventures. I can see that Adam Bad Riders is also in the chat. Welcome, lads. And welcome officially to the Shack. This is a live stream that I've kind of wanted to do for a while now. It's just never really worked out for me actually to be here in my little shack and being able to actually have time to just sit down and chat with you guys for a while, set up the camera and everything. And to be honest, I really wasn't sure whether the internet was going to be an issue either, because this whole thing is running off the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone, and mobile service is actually, it's not awful here, but it's not good either. So let me know, Adam, because I assume you're in the chat. What is the stream looking like, and how is it sounding? Is it as bad as Ellstacker's one at Hotham when it was just all pixels and it was just like totally not even working? Ski Man's here. G'day, Ski Man. It's good to see you. Actually, for some reason, my my laptop, which I've got set up for reading comments, is actually for some reason ahead of the phone comments. I don't know how that's possible, because I'm reading, like, the internet is coming from my phone to my computer. So that is really weird. I don't know. I'm convinced that Bad Riders is in a different live stream and is reacting to comments to a different live stream, just like the premiere the other day when he was about 5 minutes behind the rest of the comments, because he's just putting like random things in the chat. Actually, no, here's something that's related to what is it? A10 or audio. Is that -10? So the audio is -10 and the video is -10. So is that bad quality or good quality? Or are you saying that it's 10 for both? Because I'm stoked if that's the case. And thank you also, Bad Riders, for taking care of Ski Man's comment. I don't know why YouTube withheld that. There's no reason for. G'day, Ski Man. Ski Man says, yo! First time in the live. Let's go. You've been in lives before. Are you saying it's your first time in my live stream? Okay, cool. So that's cool. Bad Riders, nothing will be as bad as the 8-bit stacker. It really was like an 8-bit game console. That's hilarious. Ski Man says that he's only 3 subs away from 100. Let's go. Bad Riders, are you sub to Ski Man? If not, then you should be sub to Ski Man, and then he'll only need 2. Actually, am I sub to Ski Man? That's probably another question that needs to be looked at. How do I do that from here? Can I do that from here? I don't know. All right. We might be getting a live sub. Ski Man. I'm already subscribed to Ski Man. But he's on 98 now. So only 2 are needed. I love it. All right, back to the chat. Yeah, Bad Rider says 10. All right, good. I'm glad that it's good quality, because I was a little bit worried about that. Ski Man says he remembers when he had 1 sub. I assume that Ski Man is a he, his. I don't know, but it's 2022. You can be who and whatever you want. Yeah, Bad Riders is 98. We love to see that. Let's go, he says. I'm happy that dreams are coming true. I remember when I got to 100 subs, I was so happy. It was like the biggest milestone almost in like my whole life. I really enjoyed it. But now I'm like, I don't even know. I think I'm at 150, over a 50, over, I don't even know. What am I? Who am I? Ooh, 162. Let's go. So I'm not that far above 150, but anyway, 200 will be the next target. We're trying to get there by one sub at a time. Considering the amount of videos that I haven't put out this year, I reckon we're doing pretty good. So Ellstacker was in here, but he's probably working. So he's probably just ripped in a couple of like early comments. There's a couple of penguins. And Bad Riders needs to explain his egg comments because I've got no idea what's going on with that. Ski Man says he had 99 subs but lost 2 for some reason. That happens from time to time. It mainly happens to me because whenever we're going to stay somewhere, we'll have a we'll log into like the TV at like the Airbnb if they've got a smart TV, and almost always whoever was using the TV last time would still be logged in to YouTube. So we just go in and search all of our channels and sub to them. So eventually they'll go through their sub list and they'll realize that they're subbed to like Chuck Van and Ellstacker Adventures and not remember ever having done that. And sometimes we lose subs because of that. But it happens. It's just the way to go. So there's another secret person. Although YouTube is telling me there's someone else watching and they haven't announced themselves in the comments yet. But we're pretty stoked either. Ski Man, that's a really good question. Where is Carlo? We need to talk to Carlo and about Carlo, because if you guys don't know already, Carlo's Instagram got hacked recently the other day, and I got a message asking for a code, and I instantly knew that it was a scam and promptly told the guy where he could go himself. But Carlo's already created like a new Instagram account. I think it's like still Carlo the Adventurer, except it's got like a dot in there somewhere. I'll have to find it and post it up. Can I do that now? I'm opening a lot of tabs over here. Oh, sugar. Why am I censoring my swearing? I normally don't care about that. If we go. Oh, it sent me a security code. Hilarious. Speaking about getting hacked. Am I actually getting one? Oh no, I need to like go into something else. Damn you, two-factor authentication. Maybe I'll do that later. Or maybe someone else who's in the chat can put up Carlo's new Instagram. Yeah. Ooh, Ellstacker Adventures has made it to the chat. Dude, nice to see you. I was talking about you before and saying, hey, he's probably at work and maybe just like sneaking in like a little bit of a hello to the live stream. But I'm glad that he's back. And we were just talking about Carlo and how his Instagram got hacked. Oh, Bad Riders, your channel's not lame. I need to... we both could put out more videos, but I hear that... I hear that... oh, yeah, there we go. Ellstacker's put Carlo's new Instagram up. So yeah, it was what I thought. It's adv dot Netura Carlo. That does not work when you try and say it like that. But thank you, Ellstacker, for putting it up. So Bad Riders now has it. Let's get up to date with a few comments here. No, Bad Riders, your channel's not lame. We both need to put more videos out, but I hear that you're putting out more videos than me right now. So congratulations to you on that. Ski Man sub to Bad Riders, we're stoked. Eggs are good protein, says Bad Riders. If you can chug it, it's good. I'm not chugging eggs, no way. Bad Riders is, yeah, to the Ski Man. So subs all round. That's what we like. We're a community here and we're supporting each other. It's really good. And Ski Man knew that Carlo got hacked. I think we all knew because we all got those weird messages that I just told the guy to just, Anyway. He used his YouTube, not Instagram. Oh, really? Did Carlo's YouTube get hacked? I don't know how you could do anything with that, really, to be honest. But anyway. Ellstacker is back. Let's go. We've got some kangaroos and potatoes in the chat. That's what we need. We need kangaroos and potatoes in the chat. We need to eat some kangaroo in the mouth also. Ellstacker says hi to everyone. Ski Man saying hello to Ellstacker. We've already discussed the Instagram thing. Ski Man says he doesn't use Instagram, but he's thinking about downloading it. You should, because there's lots of like short videos on there that a lot of people put up. But it's really easy to be on there too much and for it to suck so much time out of your day. That can be the danger of Instagram. And that's the reason why I'm not on TikTok, which I actually call Tic Tac, just as an offense to TikTok, because I see the main reason why I'm not on TikTok is because I see Swanee for hours on end, and I can't deal with it. I'm not gonna. My biggest issue. I'm time poor, like even with everything I do now. So for me to be wasting time on just staring at a screen for too long, so. People are lucky, or not lucky, but, I'm surprised that any comments are made to my friends, even, or likes on Instagram and Facebook, because I literally devote maybe 10 minutes a day to that, other than replying to my posts or stuff, which actually I've been working on doing a little bit more. Like when I'm on the mountain, at least, I want at least to have like a story up there. And maybe post a couple of pictures. So, yeah, that'd be really good. That's weird. The feed of telling me how many people are on here, it can't be right. It says that there's only 2 people watching, and I'm pretty sure one of those is me. So either the stream has died, which it says it hasn't, but then apparently, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, people are here, so I'm going to keep talking, and I've got comments, and I've got a bunch of stuff to talk about too, so don't distract me, but I will get to some of the comments right now, actually. Where are we up to? Ellstacker said that he's had some days off and been messing around. Sweet. So this is the perfect day for me to do a live stream. So it's Friday over here, so I'm guessing it's Thursday over there, which is really cool. I am here at the shack today because I've spent the last 2 days at Perisher snowboarding, and it was supposed to be really, really, really raining today. Yet outside right now, and I'll show you guys a little bit later, it looks really nice. At least where I am here at Adaminaby at the shack, it's beautiful. So a few clouds in the sky, and actually they were claiming it was going to rain yesterday at Perisher, and I just sent it up there regardless, because actually I wanted to get some clips of me riding my Board Archive shred hoodie in the rain, and I got stitched up. It never rained. or maybe a little bit, like it sprayed just a tiny little bit. But that's all cool because I filmed like at least one, maybe two videos for YouTube while I was up there anyway. So productive day, and probably my last day at Guthiga. So pretty happy with that. Okay, back to the comments because I get on tangents like really easily, and you guys, I can see, getting on the comments. So you guys are so far ahead of me, and I need to catch up. I feel like I'm behind the conversation. Ski Man says that Ellstacker's up to 2K, nearly, almost. So let's go. What is it? 1.8, 1.9K or something? Pretty close. Ellstacker says he's got a lot of work starting next week. Me too, my dude. I'm going to be like between a course I have to do that I've already asked for an extension on just today because they've sent me an email saying that you're not going to finish it on time, and work that I have booked. My other job is knocking on the door and wants me to do even more work. And I'm looking at my my hard drive right now and the amount of videos that are on it that need to be made, and or that want to be made, should I say. And I've got a lot to do. And given our... Oh, Luke Hayes is in here. Hey, Luke. I'll get to your comments soon. I'm so stoked to... Actually, I need to read the comment that he's just made. Ooh. Yes, I will be. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. That's really awesome, actually. I'm stoked I've seen that comment from Luke. What was I going to say? I've totally lost my train of thought already. And okay, so anyway, that was what I was saying. I've got a lot of work to do, and I probably have some trips to plan as well, so add that to the mix. How's being back on snow? Says Ellstacker Adventures. It's so good. It's really good. Even though the snow is like super slushy and it's really end of season vibes up here, like it's really warm up there, and like the snow is so slow. Like there's so much water in it that like literally like at certain sections you go down the hill, and even when you're on a slope going downhill, you can feel the friction, and it's almost like someone's pulling up the park brake in the car. It's really crazy. But pretty fun though. Still, like, because it's slushy, it's like really forgiving. And this is a really good time of year to be practicing new skills. So I'm really trying to... Ellstacker says, cannonball the like button. Thank you, man. I don't even know if I've cannonballed my own like button. I'll come back to that later. But yeah, it's a really good time of year to be out and there's hardly anyone up at Perisher too. Like it's been so busy the whole year. The last 2 days I've been up there, there's been basically no crowds. Like there's been people up there, but you don't have to wait for a chairlift or anything. The runs, like you've got nice wide open space. You're not having to weave in and out of people. But I have been on the quieter side of the mountain the last couple of days. So, Bad Rider says he's getting serious backwater Alabama vibes from the shack. I'm literally inside so what is behind me here? This is the wall of a camper, or in Australia we call it a caravan, and there's a little room built off that. It's a permanent camper. It's not going anywhere anymore, but I'll give you guys the tour a little bit later. Ellstacker knows. He's been here for a couple of days. Ski Man says when he was 9, 10, or 11 years old, biggest dream was to become a YouTuber. Nice. And then the dream came true. I have seen a couple of your videos. It's all about like ski lifts and stuff. So Luke Hayes, he says, driving from work at the moment. Thanks for the shout out on the DWCP podcast. You deserve the shout out. And speaking of, actually, if no one has seen it, I'm sure that pretty much everyone that's actually watching right now would have already. But if you haven't already, then Ellstacker and we created a podcast. So when he was here in Australia, And you may not be watching this live. And if you're watching my live stream back, not live, then you are the biggest legend ever. Other than the legends that are already here. You guys are the biggest legends ever. But then ever. So we're going to pop this link down here in the chat. And we're going to just pin that to the top there. Yeah, Ellstacker and I made a podcast. We filmed it just before he went back to the States, and it was a beast. It's like a 2-hour podcast, and there was 3 cameras, different angles, and all this stuff. So and a different track. The audio is being recorded separately. It was like a huge mission and my videos, as you guys all know, take ages for me to edit because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. And even though the videos don't come out like super professional or anything, like for me, I like it to be a certain way. And anyway, I'm really proud of how the podcast came out. It was a really good chat, and I think there's a lot of stuff in there that people may be interested in, like how Ellstacker and I started snowboarding, how we started YouTube, why we do YouTube, and just some fun talk about some snowboarding related topics. So if you haven't watched the podcast or listened to the podcast, then it's not on this channel, it's not on Ellstacker's channel, it's on the DWCP channel. So that's the De Week Canberra podcast on YouTube, and there is a link to that podcast in the description of this video, and I've pinned it up in the comments. So that's enough on that for now. Let's go back to, everyone's laughing about me calling TikTok Tic Tac, which I'm very pleased about. Ellstacker's got more cush balls. That's sweet. And by the way, Ellstacker, a cheers to you because, it's backwards. Ooh, because of the weird mirroring effect. What does that say? It says, grab. Dare backwards spells grab, sort of. That's hilarious. Anyway, this is the Dare Ice coffee, the triple. And that's what we're on. Because here in Australia, it is like almost 11 a.m., which is still probably late to be having coffee. All right, let's do rapid round with the comments. All right, everyone's saying hi to Luke. Bad Riders, TikTok is dying, and Facebook and Instagram is pulling out the stops. Yeah, I can see that happening. Pretty much all of the like Tic-Tac stories are going onto Instagram anyway. People are using it there, and the shorts are turning up on YouTube, which are basically just TikToks anyway. So Ski Man doesn't like Tic-Tac either. I'm glad. It must be referred to as Tic-Tac in here. No more TikToks, or your comment will be removed. So, Ski Man, stoked to go skiing. You should try snowboarding. But if you're stoked on skiing, then go for it, man. Then we are stoked for you. Even though we love snowboarding, but skiing looks like it would be fun as well. Actually, I did ski when I was a kid, so I remember. Actually, when I was like 8 to 10, I used to ski. So, Brad Ryder says that it's rained a lot. More wet than our last day at Buller, he says. Oh, gosh. That was the wettest day on snow that I've had this whole year. And the boys who went to Threadbow that day that it was wet don't even know. It was way wetter at Buller that day that me and Adam went out. And that day at Threadbow was awful. Ellstacker got rained on painting. So I'm finally up to Luke's comment that he says he's going to try and come up tomorrow. And he hopes that I'll still be here. Yes, I'm staying for the weekend. And I'm probably, as a spam caller tries to call me, I'm staying for definitely for the weekends, and I'll be up riding on Saturday, which is tomorrow, and at Perisher, and I was thinking it's meant to be a little bit rainy up there. I was thinking about going to. I've still got one day on my pass at Threadbow, and it's meant to be a nice day on Sunday. So I was thinking about staying up there or going to Threadbow on Sunday and spending the day at Merritt's, because it's really always a lot of fun in the slush up there. But if Luke comes up and he's wanting to go to Perisher on Sunday, then maybe we can work something out. So Luke, send me a DM if you're still in the comments, and we'll work something out. But I've been trying to get up to the mount every day. I tell myself I'm going to get up early, and every day I sleep in until at least 7 a.m. And, it has worked out fine. And I still muck around. Like of the days I've gone, just the last two, I'd muck around at the shack, have breakfast, probably get up to the mountain and get on snow by like midday, have a couple of hours riding, and then come back home. So I've loved that, and it's been fine, and it's not been busy anyway. So you can leave at any time you want and still get a spot in the car park. But having said that, it might be a different story tomorrow because it's Saturday and the weekend might be busier. We'll see. Anyway, send me a message, Luke, and we'll work it out. So, but it'd be really sick to ride with you again. Bad Rider says that he didn't film any of his last trip because it was too wet. Oh, we need the shots, man. It was sort of raining a little bit yesterday, and the visibility was really bad, and I was talking, but I still was filming. So, but the day before I didn't film at all. I was just riding for the culture and for the dream. Bad Riders is a Pommer enthusiast now. Excellent. The Pommer master. Bad Riders is the master of Pommers. For sure. I have to agree with that statement. Ski Man's putting a video in the comments. That might be rejected by YouTube. I don't know. But if one of the moderators sees it, then they can let it through. Luke Hayes says that he loves this little community and have all the hair standing up on his arms and legs. Well, I washed my hair today, so it's like, actually, it's getting actually ridiculously long. And I'm all for that. Bad Riders wants me to cut my hair, and I say to him, no, it's not going to happen. But the beard had to go, though. That's like, was getting way too long and annoying. Let's see. Bad Riders says the snow conditions are weird. You can straight line and lose speed. It's crazy. Yeah, you kind of have to straight line. Otherwise, you will be skating. I've done, actually, Stacker would have been stoked. I've done a lot of skating in the last couple of days. That is for real and for sure. I'll have you know right now. Ellstacker is Ewing, the podcast talk. I'm stoked about that. Let's give everyone a you. Let's get some U's in the chat. I've played the podcast through a few times, says Bad Riders. Again, Chuck and Stacker killed it. Thank you. Like I said, I'm really proud of the finished product, and the only thing that would have made it better from my perspective would have been I might have done the camera angle slightly differently, and I would have checked the battery in the main camera throughout probably the last 20 minutes of the podcast. I don't know if anyone noticed, but at Bad Riders, you do not need a haircut. Your hair is so short. Just let it go. Just let it grow. Let it be itself. Yes, you've got to go through a few phases of it being annoying for it to get to a decent length, but that's so worth it. I love my hair. I wish I'd grown my hair out like when I was younger and I didn't have the massivest bald spot like on the back. But, no regrets. Just don't have regrets in life. Just do just do things. That's what we need. All right. Catching up with comments. And then we need to talk about some stuff. So I'm going to do a couple minutes of catching up with comments, and then we're going to talk about what we came here to talk about. Ellstacker says he needs to promote the podcast more. I agree. Bad Riders, you're kind of freaking awesome. I agree with that too. Ellstacker says he's got some videos from Tim's trip, which I'm assuming is the honeymoon. When they're in, I was going to say in Fiji. Yeah, they're in Fiji, aren't they, Ellstacker? That's an in-joke between me and Stacker. But the other thing, actually, Bad Riders, that I would I would absolutely love to say about the podcast is, or the thing that I would change is just the audio quality. So the microphone I used was okay. It was enough. But had I used a more professional microphone, which I do have microphones, but it was going to be too hard and take too long to set it up. So I didn't do that for this podcast. But maybe the next one. I'm going to do another podcast with Swanee, and I want to do one with Adam as well. So those will be, I don't know when those will go down, because the Adam one, I want it to be with the two of us in the room together. So we'll have to see when that will be. But Adam's claiming that he's coming to New South Wales next year. So we'll see. And no, I don't think I jumped. Did I see your 360? I don't think you made a 360 comment, Adam. So otherwise, I probably would have. I would have said something about it. Jet ski Tim. We like jet ski Tim would be funny, but I think the Tundra Tim is the Tundra Tim, and that's the only Tundra Tim that Ty want to T. Bad Riders, warning, you may need to fight autocorrect to type in the week. I actually believe, I don't know, but I think on the YouTube channel I left the apostrophe out, so it's just the week camper podcast, which makes it easier. But still, it's something that nobody knows about, or how to type, or what the DWCP is. So, Bad Rider says he's done something really bad. He's bought his Epic Pass for next season. Looking at the Mountain Collective next. I'm going to do the same thing, I'm pretty sure. So I reckon I'm back in on Epic. I reckon I'm going to get the Mountain Collective. I think I've already got the Mountain Collective. I just need to check that the Mountain Collective I have extends till, when it extends to. I think the one I have covers the US season, or the next Northern Hemisphere season. But I need to double check that. But I reckon I'm back in on Epic, and I'll probably buy a pass to Selwyn as well. So I think they'll reopen. Alrighty. Do we still have people in the chat? Because apparently, it's funny, it must be wrong, because my viewer says there's only one person watching. So make some comments. Can you guys actually see and hear me right now? Ski Man says, how do you put a video on? On what? On YouTube? You just upload it. Luke Hayes says he'll be driving up tonight. Awesome. Well, if you are still there, then I will see you at some point. Okay, Bad Riders at least can see and hear me. So and Luke is still making comments, so you guys must be there, and my little counter of how many people are here must be wrong, because that's what happens. YouTube, you never know. But yeah, Luke, I'll I don't know. Tomorrow I think want to get up a little bit earlier though, so I can get there at I don't know. I'd love to be on snow by 10. I think that's my plan. And I will park. Yesterday I parked all the way at Guthaga, and I don't know. Luke did make a comment before. But maybe you are the only one in here. Apparently the stream is going. It's going good, actually, according to YouTube anyway. So maybe everyone just had to duck out. Anyway, everyone except you, Bad Riders, is going to miss the tour. Ski Man wants to paste a video in. I see. Cool. Bad Ride. I already discussed the haircut comment. But like I said, Luke, I'm planning to be on Snow by 10. But I'll be, the latest I will be is midday. Because that's the latest I've been. But I'll be earlier than that because I want to get moving. And I want to have a decent amount of riding tomorrow, which would be good too. I still don't know what your 360 comment was, Adam. Oh no, here it is here. Mention had some info on the new GoPro 360. That's the new Max, isn't it? Yeah, must be the new Max. And I don't know, I'll have a look at it. I'm not counting out eventually getting a 360 camera because actually I think it would be, I think a 360 camera would be really good for one wheeling. Oh, that explains. So Ski Man, I think, was out of the chat because he was trying to, where everyone went. I think Ski Man was trying to like post a link, and Luke Hayes is at work, obviously, which makes sense. Oh, Bad Riders is making the Rick and Morty comments. Are you watching season 6? I think we're 3 episodes in, and I think the latest one was sort of messed up, but not as messed up as the incest one. Okay, so we've got a bunch of Bad Riders comments just to nuke through quickly, and then whoever's here, I'm going to give you guys the tour, and then we can talk about a few other things. So I want to be live for around about an hour, and then I can. So that means we got about 20 minutes after this, which is good. I might, if you guys are stoked, I might go a little bit longer than that, but we'll see. So does the collective cover Japan? It does cover Niseko, and I don't know. I think there might be one on Epic. Is it Huckaba that's on Epic? I could be wrong about that. I don't know. I only know Niseko because I was thinking about going there. So that's probably a conversation that actually we can bring up now, because I just said that we had actually the beginning of this chat, before I wrote out the description, or just after I wrote out the description, up there I wrote that there's some breaking news that's just come out, and it's really, really crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It's expected, but today, about 2, maybe 3 hours ago, the Japanese Prime Minister was making a speech or something in a press conference in New York City, and he announced that basically the border restrictions for Japan are going to disappear. So they have had, what is it? They've had like a cap on the number of people that. Are you guys doing quotes for songs? Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. But yeah, the Japan is basically going to be open. So they used to have a cap on the number of people that could fly in. Travelers needed to get visas. You needed to at first you needed to travel with like a tour group, and then they changed that, and then you needed to like book through a travel agent. So now, as at, I believe, actually I've got the date here. Let's see. On October 11th, from then, border control measures will be on par with the US and a bunch of other countries. and you will no longer require a visa. If you are vaccinated, you will no longer require testing, and the cap will disappear on the people that can come in, and you'll be able to travel and make plans independently. So that is the news that I've been waiting for. And can we see some stoke in the chat? Because what that means is that a 2023 Japan trip is not only possible, but the yen is at the weakest it's almost ever been. So it's probably going to be a fairly affordable trip too for the most of us. So when I was talking before about travel plans that I need to start thinking about, and when my next snowboarding trip's going to be, that news has just not cemented it, but made it very likely that that next trip's going to be Japan. And if we do go to Japan, then it's not going to be a secret adventure like the USA trip was, or anything like that. It's I'm going to just open the door to. I know there's a bunch of DWCP that have been asking questions. I know that there's some people that have already like booked trips. So I know a couple of the DWCP people like going to Huckabee. They've been before. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff that that needs to happen for that. So we need to know who would be interested in going, and kind of make some plans from there, I guess. But anyway, I don't even know where to go from there. But yeah, that's really exciting. If we go to Japan, will it be Niseko? Will it be Hakuba? Will it be somewhere else? Miyoko, perhaps? All of that needs to be determined, but we're pretty stoked. Bad Rider says something about the Max not dropping until next year, but it's going to have better battery life and an upgraded sensor. Let's see. What are the plans for Japan? Well, that's at the moment there are no plans, but we'd love to have some. So we need numbers and a destination to work towards that. So, solar flares hitting Earth in 2 days. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the prices for airfares and stuff will go up, I reckon. We're talking about amount of shots needed. Probably. I don't know. I haven't read that yet. So, we've got Rife Life in the chat. Rife Life has just come in just at the end of a pretty heavy section of the chat. So we've been discussing the latest news that that independent travel to Japan is going to be open from the 11th of October, which means that we can start planning a potential, maybe even Japan trip in early 2023 or for early 2023, which is pretty cool. To be confirmed or to be announced. We shall see. How are you, man? And it's good to see you. And there's some subs that are being exchanged. We love to see that. Bad Rider says, how are you going to ride Japan without your 420, Chuck? I wish we were actually back at home, because the reason I sold you my 420 is I have a brand new 420 Pro from not last year, but the year before, sitting at home in the plastic, ready to go. And the only thing it's been waiting for is a Japan trip. So I'll be riding the 420 Pro, which the 420 is, I think the one that you have is a 147 or 148. Or maybe even less than that. I can't remember. But the one that I have is slightly bigger, slightly longer. It's stiffer, and the original 420 is like a flat profile that goes spoons up into the rocket nose, where the one that I have, the Pro model, has camber in between the feet. So so it'll be better on groomers, and I can't wait for that, because the 420, as good as it was in power, it was a little soft. For my, actually, I don't mind a soft board, particularly in power. It's not too bad, but anyway, I wanted something that could perform on the groomers as well. So I got the Pro model. Anyway, well, it's not a Pro model, but that's what it's called, the 420 Pro, or the 4 Pro 20. I don't know. So we've got a bunch of people exchanging hellos. Rafla says, Japan, when? I want to go. So the things that need to be organized from here, and like I said, I'm not going to make this a secret trip, and whoever wants to come at the same time as us, by all means. But I'm going to say late January, early February is probably going to be, because that's like the best time to go for snow. Also, the most likely time that now that it's open that YouTubers will go. We need to determine where. So for me, there's 3 possible locations. I have a favorite one, which would be Niseko. But I don't know. Location is to be determined, and we also just need to get numbers so we can organise accommodation and flights. So pretty exciting. So if it'd be really cool to meet up with a Rife Life crew, I'm not gonna lie. Chuck needs to make Luke put some videos up on his channel. I can't make Luke do anything. Luke is his own man. But I think Luke, the only thing stopping Luke from putting videos up is he doesn't really have a computer or a means of editing. I suppose he could technically edit some of his footage on his phone. But he does have a Hero 8, and there are some clips on that Hero 8, so he could put a video out. But I think one of us probably needs to help him with the editing side of things. Because when we were with Ellstacker, Luke had a bunch of questions and was really, really interested watching us edit videos. So I think he's learning, but also, and he just says he has no channel. Well, technically you do. If you are in YouTube, you have a channel that can be subscribed to. You just don't have any content on it yet. So all right. All right. Ski Man's flexing his views. That's pretty cool. 3K is pretty good. Rifler says, Chuck, how does the CW Largo ride? Well, I actually haven't ridden that board, the actual Casey Willax one. I actually ordered it in a size that's like too big for me because the actual size I think all of the 155s sold out like immediately when that first drop came, and I ended up getting a 159, which I could ride. It's not like too big for me, but it's bigger than what I'd want to ride that board in. So I have a previous model of that, the 2020 version, which is the green one you see me rocking, because I love green and I love the fluoro base, but also the specs of that is no different to, the only thing that's different from Casey's Pro model is the graphic. It's the exact same Largo double barrel. The specs are identical. So technically I know how that one rides, and it rides really good. So it's if you are used to full camber, so it's pretty much like it's a fair bit of camber. I'm not talking like early 90s style, really super aggressive. I think it's got like something like 4 millimeters, 4 or 5, I think it's 5 millimeters of camber, like just contact to contact. And it's durable, like the base is really good. I've smashed that thing and crunched it over so much. I've got hardly any scratches or gouges in the base, and I've ridden it a good bit now. At first, I was scared of the edges on it because that was the first like true camber board I'd ever ridden. But now I'm used to it. I love it. It's got a good flex, so kind of middle of the road. It's as TJ would say, softer side of medium. Plenty of energy. It's a really good board. If you have the chance to buy one, I would buy one. But the Casey Willax model is actually sold out. You can't buy the one with that graphic at the moment, unless they do another print next year. Who knows? What's this all about? Ski Man. Anyone been to Mammoth? I'd love to go to Mammoth, but no, I have not been. Ski Man says, woof. Bad Rider says he'd love to go. Doubt he's going to be able to. Rough life is calling. Or real life is calling. Needs to be some dialogue between Chuck and Yannick. There may have already been. But not about Japan. Ralphfly says, Chuck, are we meeting up? We are meeting up one way or another. Whether it's Japan or not is only the question. Yeah, I agree. Totally, we're going to. If Japan was not going to happen, I was tossing up between going to either Europe or back to the US anyway. But I'm going to tell you, when I go back to the US, there's about 120% chance that I'll be going to Bogus Basin. Ski Man says so much comments and we've been live for 47 minutes. Yeah, tell me about it. 10 minutes ago I was going to give you guys the tour of the place. In fact, the comments are just going to keep going. Oh, did Kenny come in? Yeah, Kenny. Kenny on board. Kenny was texting with me earlier. But in any case, so do you guys want to see what I'm seeing right now? Can I flip the camera? Yes, I can. All right. So right now, we've got the view out the window of the shack, which is right here on the lake. You can see all of your guys' comments down here. And all of my gear that's just drying. Speaking of the Largo, there it is hiding over in the corner. And here's my like little place here. It's basically just kind of like a room. I got a little TV there. Got my couch. Got into the actual, so this is the wall of like the camper. And there's my toothbrush, which if I go up into the camper itself, I've got like a little kitchen up here. I've got my bed over here. And then we've got little gas stove and everything. Rob Fowler has come into the chat. So welcome, Rob. We're going on a tour of the shack right now. We've got Ellstacker's bedroom in here. Little double bed going on. And let's take you guys outside. Ellstacker says, so excited. He has a shower at the new place. I was actually going to ask you about that. Let's go outside and show you guys the view. All right. So we've got a little fireplace here. And my view out over the lake. And you can see all the other campers here too. Ellstacker wants to know if I went for a swim at the lake. And actually, here's the outside. So you guys can see like the camper. And that's the room that's off the camper. You can see like my van right here. And there's birds flying around everywhere. It's interesting. There's no kangaroos at the moment, but yeah, that's literally what it is from the outside. And I'll just walk away so that my number plate can't be seen. All right, let's see if we can switch this back over. All right, so that's our little tour. What have we got here? Rob Fowler says g'day. Oh no. We got some banjo. Bad Riders has got some banjos going on in the chat. I might just go over here. It's really hard to see the comments. There we go. Ski Man says never going to give you up. got Rick rolled, boy. Everyone's saying hi, I think. Yo, I'm just scrolling up through the comments to make sure I didn't miss anything like important. Ellstacker is back. We love to see that. Ski Man's putting some nonsense in the chat. Lots of bye. Well, if you're going, then we're pretty sad to see you go. All right. I'm going to go back inside now because it's going to be way easier for me to read like your guys' comments. Whoa, shoot. And that's where my iced coffee is as well. All right. Oh, Ski Man says he's not going. All right, I'm happy to see that. Or happy to hear that. Happy for all of it, actually. Oh, did we get Carlo in the chat? Or is it Carlo's hacker? I'm not sure. All right, I've got my chat loaded back up so I can see what's going on now. It's almost like Ski Man got hacked. There's some wild comments going on up here. Luke Hayes says I think we're talking about the Largo. Luke Hayes is talking about it's a solid camber board and Chuck thrashes it. I do okay. We're talking about exchanging SD cards. I think there was an offer there for Bad Riders to be editing some of Luke's footage. That's really cool. Alrighty. So I'm just going to have a look at the bottom of the chat. So what do you guys think of the little tour of the shack? Ski Man saying he didn't get hacked. I was just making a joke, man. And Carlo, as long as it's real Carlo and not hacked Carlo, then it's good to have Carlo here. There's always going to be now like a question as whether Carlo is the real Carlo. And we've got Ronaldo, who says he's subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you, Ronaldo. Or Rainaldo. You're a legend. It's good to have you here. We've been live now for like almost an hour, but now there's a heap of people here. So I might stay for a little bit longer. You guys cool with that? Go for another, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes? If you guys are cool with that, then I'm cool with that. Ski Man is saying that he's close to 100 subs and YouTube held the comment. So I'm going to let it be shown. Because if you haven't subscribed to Ski Man, then maybe you should. Adventurer Carlo, I think he's saying, I am the real Carlo. That's good. I don't have to give you the rude finger then. Yeah. No, it's good to have you here. So we've been talking about a bunch of things. Rife Life. I don't know if is there ever a real Carlo at this point. It's just been a long con. Yeah, the longest, the longest time ever. Just manufactured shots of like a 17, 18 year old doing mountain biking. I've met Carlo for real, and I'm still not sure if he's the real Carlo. It's all good, Rob. Rob Fowler says he couldn't come earlier because of work, and I figured as much because it's like during the day here in Australia. It's a Friday morning at around about 11:30 right now, so it's all good. And a couple of people are having family dinner, which is really nice. I miss family dinner. The last time I had a family dinner actually was at Ellstacker's place with I had a lovely dinner cooked by his mum, and they do that like every Sunday, which I think is really cool. Um, Ronaldo says he likes my glasses. Thank you. I like them too because they allow me to see your comments. So yeah, we've spoken about a bunch of things already. So if you missed it, and I'm not going to rehash everything because you guys can always watch the video back later. But we've done a tour of the shack. We've done just talking about this being my last kind of hurrah for snowboarding. So in Australia, the lifts are going to shut down in a little under 2 weeks. It's probably a week and a half. I think it's like the 3rd of October when they stop spinning. And after that, that's the Australian season done. So I'm up in the mountains, which is why I'm at the shack, and I'm trying to get my last slushy turns in. So I've had 2 days on snow, one of which yesterday I took the camera and filmed 1 or 2 videos. Tomorrow sounds like I'm going to be meeting up with Luke Hayes, who's in the chat. So that's really exciting. I can't wait for that. And we're going to be riding at Perisher. And we've spoken about the Japan Prime Minister and the announcement that travel to Japan is going to be an actual thing. Individual travel restrictions are being lifted as of the 11th of October. So that means that a trip can be planned for snowboarding, which is really cool. And what else did we talk about? That was probably about it. I read a bunch of your guys' comments. We discussed 360 cameras. As Osvaldo is coming in the chat. The chat's getting really heavy. G'day, Osvaldo. It's been a long time since I've had any interaction with you. So I hope you're doing really well, man. What's he say? What's up? It's been a while. You coming to the States for our winner this season. That's actually something I was talking about earlier. That because of my next trip was going to be probably Japan if the border restrictions lifted, which we now know they have. So that's probably going to be it. If I do that, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford both that and a trip to the States as well. But I would love to do both. If Japan wasn't happening, then I would definitely be going to the States again, probably. And I'd say I'd probably be going back to Idaho. But yeah, it's a possibility, but I can't commit to it. I'd love to go, though. There's a lot of places in the States that I haven't visited yet that I'd love to go to. Carlo ain't acting sussy. I don't know what that means. Ronaldo asks, how is your day? Really good. I'm having a down day. I'm just having a low day where actually I've had we had Ellstacker adventures here in Australia for like about 3 weeks. And that was like 2 weeks ago. He went home and I'm missing him already. But like before Ellstacker came here, I was working like non-stop for like a couple of months and was really, really, really busy. And then he came here and we had so much fun, but there wasn't a lot of time where I was just like being like, not doing anything. We were always going somewhere or doing something, and it was all happening all the time. And then he went home and then then I went straight back to work, and I've been working a lot ever since. And I had the chance to go back to the snow before before this Aussie snow season ended. So I'm doing that now, and even then, you doing the thing you love. It's still long days. You get up, you drive, you go to the mountain, you come back, get clean, go to the mountain again. Today, it was meant to be raining on the mountain, so I decided just to chill. That's all. Have a day where I do absolutely nothing except talk to you guys. So, all right, let's get back into the comments. Osvaldo is saying Idaho ? Bro, come to Colorado. We have all the resorts here. Big mountains, long runs. Long runs aren't necessarily a good thing. Long runs mean sore legs. But I know the snow and Rife Life's agreeing that that Colorado is really nice, and it's definitely on my list. I now have some friends that live in Colorado, so I don't know where exactly, but it's definitely on the list for sure. And the main reason I'd go to Idaho is for Ellstacker Adventures. And yes, Rough Life, we have to have a bogus base and party. We need everyone in the whole community to just descend and have an Ellstacker convention. Oswald, that's funny. Rough Life asks us, Osvaldo asked Rough Life which pass he has, and Rough Life's answer is a credit card. Oh dear. That's probably the other reason that I didn't go to Colorado the last trip, just because I don't have friends that, well, I don't have close friends that would let me stay at their house that I know of, or at least at the time of the last trip I didn't. So a trip to Colorado, one, would have been super expensive for me the last time, and I'd already planned like way more stops in my trip than what I should have, to be honest. So I just couldn't add another destination. But I'd say there's a very high possibility we'll go there next time, 100%. And yeah, I know everyone bangs on about how good Colorado is, and I need to go see it. And I have an Epic Pass, so I have access there, so it would make sense. Let's see. Kenny says long lines too. Actually, I've seen that. I'm used to long lines from Perisher, but true. And I'd imagine you'd have to get up pretty early to get into the car park, same as well, if you go into like Breckenridge or Keystone, those kinds of resorts. So, horses for courses. Rife Life says, Chuck, you're welcome to join our house if we go to Colorado. I might just have to take you up on that. So we just need to organise the timing for sure. What do we got here? Yeah, it always, like, Colorado has a super long season because it's like one of the first places where it snows usually in the Rockies, and it's also like they've got snow because the altitude there is insanely high. The snow sticks around for a long time, so it's, I don't know, what do you guys have, like a 5 or 6 month season? That's crazy. So Osvaldo, Jose did not move to Colorado, but his girlfriend did. And yes, I still talk to him. Absolute legend. Shout out Jose Bautista. What a guy. One of my heroes. Bad Riders, I've heard that too. So that's another reason why I haven't yet been to Colorado, is I've heard that it's very expensive to stay there. And, there's a lot of, you don't have to have the biggest and best mountains to have fun snowboarding. But it's good to see the big, best mountains. I did go to Jackson Hole last year, and that was insane. Yeah, we've got Shadow in the chat. He says, yo. I'm going to drop a yo in the chat. And if we can get some potatoes in the chat, that'd be really good too. Good night skiers of the internet. I actually really love night riding. It's so much fun. Rough Life says Colorado isn't good. It's out of this world. Oh yeah, he was making a joke. Yeah. I'm not saying it's not on the list. I'm just saying it wasn't on the list last trip. So I'm definitely not trying to throw any shade at Colorado. Everything I hear about it is says that it's epic and amazing. And everyone, like all the YouTubers, go there. Half of them live there. Yeah, we've got some potatoes dropping in the chat. We love to see that. Yeah, Osvaldo saying you need to leave super early to get to the mountains, and that's kind of the same here in New South Wales, in Australia as well. Gets super busy, especially in peak season. I hope I've got some moderators that are handling these potatoes. Oh my god, we're getting dropped on right now. Robert Fowler said a comment I wanted to go back to. Said he's so pumped to go back to Japan and he's planning to head to Hakuba. So that comes as zero surprise. I thought you guys actually already had like a trip booked, even though I'm not sure if you were in the chat before, Robert, when we were talking about the travel restrictions being lifted for Japan, like in October. So it's really that's going to be awesome. Definitely want to go to Japan. I'd say the likelihood of me going to Hakuba next year would be quite low because there's other places that I'd want to hit first. And I know you've been there before and are comfortable going there. But where I go will depend on two things. The first will be whether I can get any forward knowledge of any YouTubers going and where they may be going. And I have an idea where that may be. And also because I've been to Niseko before, I like Niseko, and I have a pass that gets me access to Niseko for way cheaper. So all of those things for me make me want to go not to Hakuba, but I know you're going to have an awesome time. All right, we've got some more. So we've got Bad Riders. He's got the French fries. And we've got Adventurer Carlo, or who we think is Adventurer Carlo, talking to Shadow. Rife Life agrees that it's expensive in Colorado if you go to the name brand resorts. Wow, $200 a day, and that's US dollars. If it's worth it. Well, I think my Australia Epic Pass would get me access there. I think I need to look into that, or at least a certain number of days. Osvaldo, are you asking a question? Yes. So, is Kevin going to Japan? I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I'm not that much in the inner circle to know, but I would be. But what I can do is make some pretty educated guesses. So, as far as I know, Kevin and his wife Jill are still in New Zealand. I know they've been there hanging out with David Jones, and I know that that they were there with Yannick. So Yannick is now helping Kevin make videos. So, and I know that they have a bunch of content stacked. I think that's going to. So watch the Snowboard Pro Camp channel when the winter season kicks off over there, because I feel like they're going to be. I feel like Snowboard Pro Camp's going to be dropping a lot of videos in the winter. So, and I think they've been in production for a long time. Like the channel has been, aside from a couple of live streams here and there, has been very quiet. I'm expecting big things. But in any case, back to the Japan thing. If Japan's open, I know all of those guys. Love like Kevin, TJ, like David, like all those guys absolutely love Japan. It is the best snow you can basically get in the world. It's one of the best countries with the best people and the best culture and the best food, in my opinion, of the places that I've gone. So I'd say it's very likely they're going to go. When they're going to go and where they're going to go in Japan, I've got no idea. But would I like to meet up with them again? Absolutely. If I have the opportunity to, will I? Of course. Who wouldn't want to? But it's still early days in planning. So I have not booked any flights. I've not booked any accommodation. I don't even know what resort I'm going to yet. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Bad riders, that's about what our day passes are. No. That's way more. Way more. So if you're talking $200 a day for a day pass, that's American dollars. So yeah, I think the most expensive pass that I saw this year at an Australian resort was $195, and that's 195 Australian dollars. 200 US is like add what, 50, 40, 50, 60 cents on the dollar. So that's like what, 120, that's 220, nearly 230 Australian dollars for a day pass for Breck. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. That's way too expensive. I don't know how they get away with that. Or I suppose they've got a corner on the market. So same with Perisher. I don't know if this is confirmed, but I heard someone say this year that that of all of Vale resorts, Perisher is the most profitable. I'd bet that it probably is, because it's some of the oldest infrastructure. They're charging top dollar for. And the amount of volume of people they get through there, they'd probably have way more at, like, say, Breck and Keystone, but there's way more ski resorts in the US than what there are here. So the people get like divided more. So as far as any one resort, I would probably think it's pretty close to being true. So anyway, we can get real political into this, but we're all stoked on snowboarding. Oswaldo was saying it's worth it. Breckenridge is super fun. Peak 7. Yeah, I really want to go. Rob Fowler says, do you ride groomers, Chuck? Yes, of course I do. I love riding groomers. I love the trees too, but that's kind of my favorite riding is in the trees. Osvaldo, dream destination, Japan. To go back to Japan, the dream destination I haven't gone to yet, probably the French Alps. Yeah, Whistler. Actually, I haven't been to Canada, so I'd love to go snowboarding in Canada. That would be awesome. October is going to be heavy for SPC content drops. I'd say October, November, yeah, for sure. When the snow starts falling is when they'll probably start dropping videos. Ralph Life says he's stoked to see SPC in New Zealand, and content with David Jones drop already. Has it? Have I missed that? I know they've been dropping stuff like on Instagram, but is there a YouTube video? I'll have to check that out. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm going to have to look that up right now, actually. No. The last actual video that was dropped on Snowboard Pro Camp was from Mount Hood. That wasn't a live stream. So that was 4 months ago. So no, there's still there's been a big hiatus and 3 live streams. I can confirm. Dude, 203 for a day pass at Falls Creek when I was there last year. What? $203? What date was that? Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Buy season passes, kids. Oh my god. Rob Fowler, man, the lift tickets in Huckabah are about 60 a day. Yeah, in Japan, lift tickets are way less. And because I've got the Mountain Collective pass, if I go to Niseko, then I get 2 free days, and then every other day that I ride is 50% off the day ticket price, which is already super low. So I'm paying like, I don't know, $30 a day, which is ridiculous for the best snow in the world. All you've got to do is get there. It's crazy. Osvaldo, 680 for the Epic local pass. Yeah, and Bad Riders come in with what I was about to say. It's like $8.99 for the Australian Epic pass on the early bird. It gets way dearer after a certain amount of time. Actually, I need to get on that. I need to get mine secured, put my deposit down. But it's well worth getting the pass for sure. And Osvaldo says no videos, just checked. I just did too. So in any case, boys and girls, this stream actually ended up being a little bit longer than what I was anticipating, but also super duper fun. I'm really stoked that all of you came to join with me. Really good conversation. So I just want to talk a little bit about, I haven't even finished my Dare Ice coffee. Oh my gosh. Ellstacker said before that he misses the Dare Ice coffee, and there really isn't anything like it in the States. So maybe those Starbucks iced frappe things, but they're not really as good. Interesting. Shadow is not feeling well. I hope you feel better soon. Carlo, that's exactly what I was just about to talk about. So a few months ago, honestly, I edited a bunch of like the first US videos. So I recently dropped one where I traveled to the US and I met Ellstacker. I've got 2 more that I've already filmed, that I've already edited from our first day at Bogus Basin, and I'm going to be dropping those soon. And I've got 1 more from the first day that I need to edit, which is a nighttime riding one. Plus, I've got a bunch of videos that were filmed while Ellstacker was here. So I want to kind of work on those sort of like one at a time. So I'll do like a video from the US trip, and then I'll do like a video from when Ellstacker was here. And I filmed a video yesterday that I might even start editing today. So I've got a bunch of like what I call the singles line. So it's kind of just going to be like really easy videos to edit. So it's just going to be like some not very many cuts, kind of just me riding a run and bringing you guys along for the ride, and maybe just cutting slightly, but yeah, just putting some music behind it. So really easy for me to edit and upload, and just something for you guys to hopefully start frothing on, because your season is coming soon in the US. So if you guys would like those kind of videos, I've got a whole bunch of those that I can do. So I'm going to do a couple of those, and then I might even go back to some of the 2020 Japan videos. I know everyone wants to see those, so I might work on one of those. But I reckon I'm just going to do bits and pieces, because for a long time there, I was like, I've got to put them out in order. But that's just not going to work. So I'll just put out whatever video I'm feeling like editing at the time, and put them in a playlist so that they can be watched later in order. So and you'll notice, so I don't know if if you go onto someone's YouTube channel, then often all the tabs on the top, they've got just the list of videos and the highlighted ones, but there's also playlists. So I've created playlists for all of my videos. So there's one for the US trip, there's one for the 2020 Japan trip, there's a bunch of different ones so that the videos are organized into ones that I've done in the past. So anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing. At minimum, I'm definitely at least going to have another video out probably tomorrow. If not, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to drop a video. If not, maybe this afternoon. Should I drop one? Should I just drop one after this live stream? What do you guys reckon? I know your answer. You're going to say, yeah, of course you should drop it. But actually, I'm feeling that. I might just drop a video, and because I'm going to be busy going to the mountain tomorrow, and then we can do a premiere. I'll drop one in sometime within the next hour. How do you guys feel about that? If not, then if you guys don't care, then I won't drop any video. Anyway, Carlo, I hope that answers your question. It's a really long answer. So, Bad Riders says that I'm really organized. I try to be. Not always, but I try to be. Carlo wants me to drop one right after the live chat. So, I might schedule it. So, it'll be like in maybe like half an hour or something. So, Bad Rider says, let's go. And that way I can like go get myself settled and we can just do like a premiere or something. So, Adventurer. Carlo says he likes that idea. Everyone seems stoked. So, yeah. So I think the main thing from this, I really, I'm getting into my last turns of the season. I've got literally just 2 days on snow, like before. That's it for me. That's all there's going to be. But the good thing is, to keep me stoked, I have a bunch of, like while Ellstacker was here, we filmed so many videos. You guys have got no idea like how many are going to be coming on his channel and probably mine. So just keep an eye on Ellstacker's channel. I have a word that he's probably going to be dropping a video from like another Australia video like really soon in the next day or two. And also Ellstacker's due to go live tomorrow, I think. So that's going to be really cool. If you guys aren't already following Ellstacker Adventures, you should be doing that right now. If you haven't seen the podcast, there is a link that is in the description of this video, and it's also pinned at the top of the live chat right now to the DeWeek Camper Podcast, aka DWCP channel, where Ellstacker and I sit down for 2 hours discussing a whole bunch of stuff, how we got into snowboarding, how we got into YouTube, why we do our YouTube channels. It's a really interesting chat that you can just put on while you're driving the car or something. So if you guys haven't already, then head over there and check that out. The US season is coming. Osvaldo is saying that if I do have a plan to come to Colorado, let him know. Down to get a hotel and 2 other guys. So I think that's not an issue really. Because if I come to the US, 100% Swanee is going to come. So there'll be 2 of us there. I dare say wherever I go in the US, Ellstacker will follow. It seems like the Rife Life crew would be down as well. So when I do plan another US trip, I'm not going to make it a surprise. I'm going to let all of you guys know so that anyone who has the opportunity, who wants to meet up with me, can. And if you want to be in one of our videos, then that'd be sweet. It'd be good to do like a video collaboration with Ellstacker and Rife Life and like just all of us, like just little community YouTubers. I think that'd be really fun. None of the big guys, no Buckhouse, no SPC, no Board Archive, no Casey, just us. You know, we'll just do our own like video. And I think that'd be really fun. So it's only a matter of time before something like that goes down. uh, so we've got some shout outs to the DWCP. Ventura Carlo says, let's go. Osvaldo, hell yeah. Pray Mother Nature will bring us a great early season. Dude, you guys have one of the best snow seasons in the world in Colorado. So I'm sure you guys will have a great time. And Rough Life, let's do it, my guy. Yeah, it's going to go down. Has to. Community shred with all the fans. That's what I would like the Japan trip to be, and actually all of our trips kind of to be, is just going to places where we know there's people in the community and that we can meet up. Bad Right says you got to link up with TJ though. I'd love to link up with TJ. TJ's awesome. One of my inspirations. In fact, in respect of TJ, there's a video that I've kind of been working on. I've kind of got bits and pieces of it put together, or bits and pieces of it filmed. That I want to drop sometime in the next couple. I need a couple more shots though, to put it together. So last season I bought TJ's tech hoodie, and what I want to do is in homage to TJ, do a review of his tech hoodie. And I've got a bunch of shots already, and I've been riding that tech hoodie now for this whole year. So I've got some thoughts on it. And I know he's probably going to do another drop of those for the next season. So I want to put together that. So I think that'll be pretty fun. Rife Life says also was begging SPC to drop that content, not saying it was dropped. Sorry for the goose chase. Oh, I see. Yeah, you were saying, I hope SBC drops some content, and hopefully I know they have it. I know for a fact that Yannick has been busy at work editing videos. So 100% there is going to be some bangers stacked up, and I don't know what it is. I'm guessing that they've got some kind of theme, like maybe like they'll have a bunch of like tutorial videos. I reckon they've been filming tutorials, vlogs, and a bunch of like different themed videos. And I reckon they might even have like a special, like every Tuesday we get a new tutorial video or a trick tip or whatever it is. And this is just me, by the way. I've got no idea what they've actually filmed, but I reckon that's what it's going to be. I reckon they're going to have like every different day of the week. There might be like, I don't know, 3 videos dropping every week, and each one is behind a different theme, I reckon. Anyway, Osvaldo says, tell Jose too, I'd love to ride with him as well. I bet he'd like to ride with you, man. Jose's an absolute legend. One of the nicest, most genuine guys you'll ever meet. In fact, interestingly enough, a lot of the people in the community are actually just genuinely really nice people. So I don't know, what is it that brings nice people together? Love of sliding down a hill on a bit of wood wrapped in plastic on frozen water. When you put it like that, it doesn't sound like much fun, but it really is the best. In any case, I've been live for like over an hour and a half. You guys are such legends. Thank you so much. I'd love to shout out everyone who was on the chat, and I'm sorry in advance if I miss anyone, but Bad Riders, Ellstacker Adventures, Raft Life, Osvaldo, Carlo the Adventurer, we think. If it was real life Carlo, I'm not sure. Rob Fowler, legend. Ski Man, awesome. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's trying to get 100 subs. Ronaldo, who asked me some weird questions about movies, but stoked that you're here if you're not a bot. Pretty stoked on that. And anyone else who I missed? Oh, Luke Hayes, of course. Luke Hayes, who was ducking in from work. Hopefully I'm going to see Luke on the mountain tomorrow. Tomorrow, oh my God, back at Perisher. And if you guys want to see what I'm doing live, then I've been doing my best to putting stories on Instagram. So if you want to see me on the chairlift, then you will see me on Instagram, and hopefully you will see Luke also on Instagram on my chairlift, on my Instagram story, waving at you guys. So you guys are all legends. You know, don't forget to like the video on the way out. And I haven't forgot, I'm going to be doing a premiere probably in the next half hour of a US video. I'm pretty sure it's the one where I pick up my snowboard bag and we do some turns at Bogus Basin with Ellstacker. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and I'll see you guys over there on the premiere. Peace out. Be on snow tomorrow. You guys are all legends. Be excellent to each other, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you.